Hello everyone. Today we are back with another interesting topic, and that is breast cancer. But before diving to our main topic, that is breast cancer, we should know the embryology of breast. What is milk line, and if that milk line remains, what are the conditions we are gonna face? And then we will move forward and see the anatomy of the breast. So let's start with the embryology of the breast. First, you should know what's the milk line, because that is where the breast develops from. So what is milk line? Milk line is a bilateral, thickened band of ectoderm that extends from axilla till the groin region. And when does it start to develop? It starts during 5th or 6th week of gestation. It starts to develop during 5th and 6th week of gestation. Now you can see in the picture that this is the axilla. The milk line, it starts developing from the axilla and it extends till the groin region. It means breast tissue can develop anywhere between the axilla and the groin region. But normally what happens is that the milk line, it persists only in chest wall, or the in the chest region. So normally where you will see the breast tissue, normally you are going to see the breast tissue in the chest region, whereas the milk line, which is present between the axilla and the groin region except the chest region, it starts to regress. It means you're not going to see breast tissue in these regions. But in some conditions, you're going to see breast tissue in these regions as well. And what are those conditions? One of that condition is polymestia. What is polymestia? Polymestia is the extra breast tissue which you are going to see along the milk line, whereas there is another condition called polythelia, in which you are going to see extra nipples along the milk line. Okay, so this is the embryology of breast. You're going to see two bilateral thickened band of ectoderm that extends from the axilla till the groin region. But as rapidly as it produces, it starts to regress, leaving behind only the chest portion where the normal breast tissue develops. So this was all about the embryology of the breast, which you should know. Now we are going to talk about the normal anatomy of the breast, because before discussing the diseases, we must understand the normal breast. If you understand normal anatomy, pathology becomes very easy for you. So what is breast? Breast is a modified sweat gland which develops from skin. As we saw above, that it starts developing from the milk line. So what you are going to see in breast, you are going to see lobules, you are going to see terminal ducts, the lactiferous ducts, the lactiferous sinus, and the nipple. So here's the normal breast. You see that there are lobules. This is the lobule, this is the lobule, this is the terminal duct, this is the lactiferous duct, this is the lactiferous sinus, and this is the nipple. Okay, let me draw it for you again. This is the breast tissue, right? And then you're going to see lobules in it. This is the lobule. Okay, it's lobule, this is the terminal duct, right? We are going to see many lobules terminating into the terminal duct. Lobules, terminal ducts. See, and many lobules, they make up a lobe. I mean, this lobule, this and this, they are going to make a lobe. Now many lobules, each lobule is terminating into a terminal duct, and then many terminal ducts, they are going to drain into the lactiferous duct, and then lactiferous duct, it forms lactiferous sinus where the milk accumulates. Okay, so this is the lobule, this is the terminal duct, this is the lactiferous duct in which multiple terminal ducts are terminating, and this is the lactiferous sinus where the milk accumulates before discharging into the nipple. So now we are going to see what are the cells that are lining the lobules and the terminal ducts. And one more thing, and that is lobules and the terminal ducts. Remember that the functional unit of breast is terminal duct lobular unit. So the functional unit of the breast is called terminal duct lobular unit, because here you're going to see that the milk is produced, and the milk which is produced here, it drains into the terminal ducts, and from here milk that's produced in the lobules, it starts coming into the terminal duct, and then from the terminal duct it drains into the lactiferous ducts, and then it accumulates in the lactiferous sinus before discharging from the nipple. Okay, so there's one more thing, and that is that the lobules and the terminal ducts, They're formed of two epithelial layers, and these epithelial layers are, one is myoepithelial layer, and what is the function of myoepithelial layer? Basically, the function of myoepithelial layer is that it is the contractile layer. It is the contractile layer. It basically propels the milk forward. The milk which is produced, it propels the milk forward. Whereas there's another layer which is called the luminal layer. Luminal layer, what is the function of the luminal layer? Luminal layer is responsible to produce milk. So, lobules, these are the lobules and the terminal ducts. Lobules and the terminal ducts, they form the functional unit of breast, and they are surrounded by the two layers of epithelial cells. From the outside, they are surrounded by the myoepithelial layer. This is a rough diagram. Hope you guys understand what I'm trying to convey. And another layer. Then there's another layer which is called the luminal layer. Okay, so the layer which is present inside is called the luminal layer, responsible for producing milk, whereas the myoepithelial layer is responsible to propel the milk. So these were the two epithelial layers that were responsible for various functions. Okay, so now some points that are related to the breast tissue. There are some points which you should know. They are very high yield, and that is the breast tissue. It is a hormone sensitive tissue. Breast tissue is hormone sensitive tissue. What does it mean that it is a hormone sensitive tissue? It means it is under the influence of estrogen and progesterone. It is under the influence of estrogen and progesterone. Like, there are many examples like how it is under the influence of estrogen and progesterone. When during menarche, what happens during menarche? That before menarche, I mean this is the period where menarche is started. Before menarche, you are going to see large ducts under the nipples. Not many lobules or terminal ducts, but after menarche, under the influence of estrogen and progesterone, you are going to see many lobules and terminal ducts. Mainly where? Mainly in the upper outer quadrant of breast. So this was one example how breast tissue is under the influence of the hormones estrogen and progesterone. Another example is during pregnancy. What happens during pregnancy? That the breast, it undergoes hyperplasia. Breast undergoes hyperplasia. Many lobules and terminal ducts are formed. And you very well know why lobules and terminal ducts are important. Because after delivery, what happens is the mother has to breastfeed the baby. So many lobules and terminal ducts are required to produce milk and then to propel that milk forward to feed the baby. Okay, one more thing here I want to highlight is that for production of milk, prolactin is responsible. Prolactin is a hormone that is responsible to produce milk, whereas to eject the milk, there's another hormone called oxytocin, which is responsible to eject the milk after the stimulation, which is after stimulation of the nipple, that is due to the suction by the baby. Okay, so this was how the breast is under the influence of many hormones, and during pregnancy also two hormones that are responsible for hyperplasia of the breast are estrogen and progesterone. During first trimester, corpus luteum is responsible for the hyperplasia of the lobules and the terminal ducts. But in later pregnancy, fetus and placenta, they are responsible for the development of the breast. Okay, one more thing, and that is a condition called galactorrhea. What's galactorrhea? Well, galactorrhea is a condition in which milk is produced even if a female is not a lactating woman. So galactorrhea is a condition which you are going to see even if a female is not lactating, or even you can see this condition in males as well. Galactorrhea, it's a condition that can happen due to drugs. Maybe you have heard about antipsychotic drugs. Which are responsible to produce galactorrhea. And a tumor of the anterior pituitary, which is called prolactinoma, in which excess of prolactin is produced. And when excess of prolactin is produced, we know there's excess production of milk. Remember that galactorrhea is not a symptom of breast cancer. If you are going to see this condition, this symptom in a female, then you are not going to diagnose that patient that he or she is having breast cancer. This is not a symptom of breast cancer, right? Because galactorrhea can be there due to any drug or a tumor called prolactinoma. So yeah, this was it. So this is the part 1 of this lecture. You're going to see other parts in next videos. Thank you.